real talk, I am never playing Sonic Unleashed again. I won't lie, I tried to boot that shit up earlier today. I was trying to play the game, you know, just run a couple stages. My Xbox turned into a fucking jet engine, bro. That shit's not a joke. Why did my shit sound like it was about to explode and like exponentially give me third-degree burns or some shit? Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It was just so... It turned into a fucking aircraft. I'm not joking when I say that shit. Like, it was actually incredibly loud to the point where it kind of scared me. And like, you know, I was just trying to play, like, this is a 360 game. I'm playing on an Xbox One. Granted, this is like the 2014 Xbox One. It's like the OG one. It's not an Xbox One X or a series console. But like, that shit, it genuinely made me fearful because I was just trying to play the game, and I don't even know what happened. Like, cause it just sounded like it was gonna burst, nigga. Like, what else can I say? There's no other explanation I need to provide. All you need to know is that shit sounded like I was, you know, the room was about to combust spontaneously. So yeah, now I'm a bit put off, man. I don't know if I should continue that series. This is not an excuse, by the way. I'm not joking. I'm being dead serious. My shit actually almost fucking destroyed itself and me and everyone in my house. So I don't know whether I should continue with that shit or not. I guess we'll see. I probably will, because I can't imagine, like, you know, not playing that game anymore. But like, fuck, man, that's really, I don't know, that's just put me off. Like, you know how I'm pausing trying to think of more ways to describe what happened? I don't think I need to even do that. You should know that what just happened was like, it was asinine, bro. Like, oh my god, bro. It was like, so I booted up the game. Let me slow down. So I turned my Xbox on, you know, as per usual. And you know what? Maybe this contributed to it, because I've noticed that lately when I turn my Xbox on, there's like a new boot up screen. And it's like, you know, yeah, there's like a new boot up screen. And because I have an old Xbox, maybe that influenced it in some way. I don't know. But either way, I turn my shit on as per usual. I'm pretty sure I played this game before on my other account, before I went to Sonic Unleashed, and it was fine. So I closed Gens, then I went on Unleashed, and that shit sounded like, you know, someone just ripped ass in my room, but it was like constant. But anyway, so I actually have a story from when I was younger that's kind of reminiscent of that I want to tell for Act 2. Because it was like, I'm not gonna say I have PTSD or anything like that, but it's just like, wow, that really shook me in a similar way. So let me tell you guys what happened. So I think I've said this before. When I was younger, I was a Nintendo kid. And like, I only ever owned Nintendo consoles until I was like 10 years old, where I got my first Xbox, which is what I'm playing this game on right now. My cousins, they weren't Nintendo kids. They owned like a DS and like a Wii, which are like, you know, obviously Nintendo's most popular consoles. But like, they owned like a PlayStation 2, PS3, Xbox 360. So growing up, you know, I would always go to their house to play games on those consoles, and then I just had my Wii U. Bro, I swear to you, they ended up modding their PS3, and you know, for a while it was chill, and I don't know what happened, but like, eventually we all kind of just like stopped playing on it, and apparently that was because like something was wrong with the PS3. Like, apparently that shit was just, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know the details of that shit, but apparently it was completely like off limits, and we couldn't use it because it was dangerous or something along those lines. So we didn't use it. But one time, I don't know what the motivation behind this shit was, but we decided to turn it on. And, you know, me, my younger cousin, my older cousin, all three of us in the room, you know, like, turning on the PS3, and we turned that shit on, and it sounded exactly like how my Xbox sounded. It was like a jet engine, right? So we turned this shit on, and it starts making sounds and noises that we had never heard before, and we're getting a little shook, right? We're getting a little bit scared. And so what ended up happening was we were like sitting there waiting for it to boot up, obviously. I don't know how long the PS3 like boot up screen normally takes to appear, but that shit was taking a while. It was taking a while from what I remember. So we're waiting, and all of a sudden I start to smell smoke. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I'm being dead serious. I'm not joking. We started smelling smoke, like straight up, like, you know, as if something was burning. So we all look at each other and we just scram. We like darted out the room. Because obviously we were afraid that, you know, it was going to be on some Fire Force shit and the room was about to explode. And like, we're all running downstairs because we thought that shit was about to blow. We ask their mom, right? Like my aunt. Because we were like, oh, do you guys smell smoke? Do you guys smell smoke? We dead ass thought that shit was going to explode. There's a reason why we didn't turn that PS3 on. I wish I could remember. But like we had like a rule between us that we weren't going to turn that PlayStation 3 on ever again. And the one time we tried to turn it on, it just so happens that the neighbors are doing a barbecue and like the smoke at that very exact moment in time reached our noses in the moment that we were turning on the PS3. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like the timing of that was just too coincidental to where I'm sure it wasn't even a coincidence, and I dead ass think that shit was about to, you know, blow us to smithereens. But anyway, yeah, that's just like the story I wanted to tell, because like I'm a little bit shook right now. I was really like fearing for my life. I'm dead ass. I'm not like a hypochondriac or anything, but when shit starts sounding like it's about to hit the fan, literally the fan started moving as if it was like a gaming PC running fucking, I don't even know, like Hedgehog Engine 3 at 144 hertz. So it was like, of course I was gonna be scared, bro. But anyway, that's it. That's like all I wanted to say, man. Stay safe out there with your consoles and shit.